Howdy folks, Kirk and Jay here with Kirkgiordano Plastering. Today what we're going to show you is how to repair these insulation holes. Now we've got about 200 on this house here. Now the fella emailed me these and he says, Kirk, can you match the texture? And I looked at the pictures the other night and I thought, yeah, I can match that texture. And he says, well, I've heard it was a dash finish. And I said, technically through the couple pictures you sent me, it is a dash finish, but I don't know if I'd go a dash finish because it'll be too heavy. It started off a dash finish, and then with all of the paint in, say, 60 years, it softened it. And then when I got here, I said, there's your dash finish, and that doesn't match. Now see, this right here, and maybe if you're looking this way, I don't know if the camera will show, but this is somebody did this here, and they did the 2 coats of cement, and then they threw the mud on it. Now this is way more prominent than this. What we're going to do is match it much better than this, because what they have here is they threw it on, but they didn't account for all the accumulation of 70 years of paint jobs, which softened it a bit where it's more like a heavy float. And he says, well, I'm going to have you do it, or a stucco man do it, because I went and looked at the guy's job that they did patchwork after they did the insulation holes, and every one of them was worse than this. So sometimes, guys, you got to go with a specific trade. So we're here. Let's see, on these insulation holes, all I'm doing, I told the fella, I said, okay, you have the guys install whatever corks they're going to use. And by the way, what the insulation guys do, they drill the holes in there, and then they use either a polyurethane cork or a styrofoam cork or a cork. I don't know if there's that word. Let me rephrase that. Plugs, they'll use a styrofoam plug or a styrofoam or a polyurethane plug or a cork plug. Personally, if it works for a bottle of wine, that's what I would prefer. And when they do these plugs, I've seen them every which way. I've seen about 20 different styles. Generally, I would suggest they use a tapered cork, where the cork goes in there, it's a little shorter, and then you tap it in with a hammer. And lastly, the insulation guys put their polyurethane caulking in the hole. So fellas like us, this is what we do. We take a bonding agent in, a lot of different colors and a lot of different kinds of bonding agent. All we do is, we already did this, we'll put our bonding agent around there and inside there and inside here. Then we're going to mix some mud after we got that done. We already did it, but just to prove a point, I'm trying to redo it. Then we mix some mud. Now our mud is going to be, say for 200 holes, we're going to mix about a bucket of mud. And each batch, we'll do like 15 at a time. We'll mix it with Luminite. And Luminite has accelerators in it. So as fast as I do, say, 20 holes, then I'll come back and hit it with a float immediately, and in 5 more minutes, that stuff's going to be dried hard, and it'll match this finish here. You'll see this area here in the sun. What we'll do is we'll finish this, and then we'll show you all of the patchwork to show you how well that blends in with what I'm referring to. All right, guys, Jay just mixed up some cement. We're both going to get busy, but first I thought I'd show you just what I'm referring to on these bottom. This hole here is 2 inches thick. This one's about, hell, that's about 2 inches. They're all about 2.5 inches. Anyway, it is what it is. We just fill them. What we do is Jay mixed me up some mud right here, nice mud. This nasty stuff is Luminite. See that? It's brown. And this brown Luminite, we actually, it gets old. It's like food, man. This product here, it does get old. So what you do is you mix your Luminite. You can mix it on a hawk, you can mix it in a bucket with a drill. A lot of different ways to do this. Just to prove a point here, I'm gonna mix it on the hawk. A little bit of water on here. And what does Luminite do? Well, it takes this mud here from a hour to 2 hour set mud and transforms it into a, in this case, a 5-minute mud. What does a 5-minute mud mean? That means a 5 minutes, it's going to be hard as a rock. And just to prove a point, guys, I'll show you something. Okay, so we got 5, possibly 10 minutes with all this mud here. Okay, we're going 2 inches thick, so I don't want to make two trips for this. Okay, put your hock underneath it, guys. Put your hock here, and because it's so thick, you want to fill the whole 2 inches. You don't want to just fill the top, say 7/8. You got to fill all of it. Fill the whole thing, and keep your hock underneath, guys, so you don't make a big mess. For example, again, once more, this one's about 1.5 inches, but we squeeze it in there, squeeze it in there, and what I'm doing is I'm allowing those other 3 to set up a bit. So I'll finish these other 3 right here since I'm right here. And notice too, guys, that almost matches right there, but that's not how we're going to leave them. Once, twice, fill that guy up. Now the idea is we're going to float these. You see how I've had my hock underneath them so they don't spill and make a huge mess. Now I take a water bucket. See that? Sponge float. Let me get some of the water out. Clean water, it's not going to make a stain here. Clean water. I just want a little bit of water in this. That's already darkening. That's how fast this stuff works. You take your sponge float. The more water you put on this, the more aggregate is exposed. Now the idea is to bring out enough aggregate so that it matches the existing. Those are pretty heavy. And over here, you just keep doing that same thing. That matches. That matches this wall. Each one. You see how fast that stuff hardens. I could make it harden in 5 minutes or 20, 30. It all depends on what we want to do. But anyway, that matches closer to the finish than if you dash it. Anyhow, folks, thought I'd point that out since we got to do this job anyway. We have a couple hundred holes, so we're going to get busy. Jay's going to help me plug them. So we thank you folks for watching, and as usual, we'll see you guys on the next one.